Today is Saturday the 18th of June and it's almost 9 o'clock in the evening. Of course we have long evenings because in a couple of days we are going to have the longest day, and when we have the longest day the light fades after 10 o'clock, so we have very long evenings in the summertime. And here I am using my humble iPhone. It's not a humble iPhone because it does wonders, and although the light is bad, you can see the vibrant colors. This is still the Satsuki season, so let me walk you for a quick walk into the Satsuki Avenue, I call it. Look at it. Flowers on every side, absolutely at its peak. This is just a magazine of various things, and I like to call it Looking for the Beautiful Things in Life. I don't want to make this channel of mine just a channel where we talk about things, about life generally. Although it is meant to be a bonsai channel, I like to share with you the thoughts that come to my mind as I work and do my bonsai. People who do bonsai generally love nature, and if you love nature, you look at other things in nature which are not bonsai and still appreciate it. So let me just walk you through the nursery at this late hour and tell you what is going through my mind. I've been working hard. I've just finished my rowing on my rowing machine, and before that I was working in the garden. So you can see all this debris. I've been pruning my shrubs. A lot of people ask me, why do you have to do it when you have all the number of staff lying around? Well, I do it because I really enjoy it. I do it because I like to expend the energy. I like to see how plants grow. I like to weed. There you are. So many weeds on the ground. And of course, if I didn't do it, I don't think anyone else would do it. And I've been seeing to some of my customers' trees as well. So as I say in all my videos, I show warts and all. That means I show everything as it is. Nothing is manicured. I don't do 2 and 3 and 4 takes. It is all done one take. Take it or leave it. This is what you get. I had a lot of customers on the nursery today, and I had a lovely American lady who was very sensitive in her appreciation of nature. And I was walking her around the nursery, and I'm ashamed to say it was this lady who pointed out all these wonderful things that I have on the nursery, which, because I live on the nursery, I don't always appreciate it. For instance, look at that lovely magnolia flower there. Look at that lovely Magnolia grandiflora. This tree is just about to bloom, and she pointed out that I have all these lovely blooms around, and I should be talking more about these lovely things. Talking of flowers, let me walk you into the pond area, because around the pond I have these beautiful irises which are just coming into bloom. So let me walk into that area. Let me resume the video. So this is Acer japonicum and the seeds, and compare it with the American maple Acer campbelli, where you get bunches and bunches of these beautiful seeds. This is the first time I've seen so many seeds on this tree, and I will be collecting the seed. And those of you who live in the UK will know that we sell our fresh maple seeds in November and December after we've collected them. So this is this very special tree, completely laden with seed. It's only this part of the tree, the front portion, the portion at the back which doesn't get a lot of sunshine. I'm afraid there are not a lot of seeds behind there. So this is why this tree is a bit special. Now let me walk in this windy evening towards another couple of interesting things. leaves. I think you can hear the wind, and of course you can hear the planes. Usually at this time of the day the birds sing before they go to sleep, but today because it's so windy I can't hear the birds at all. This is a magnolia called Magnolia longifolia, I think, or longiflora, because of the large leaves. The leaves are about 45 centimeter, almost 60 centimeter long, absolutely ginormous leaves. But the flowers are very insignificant, and in fact it doesn't have a very nice smell. Next to this magnolia I have another one which has got round leaves. This is not, I think, Solangiana, but another type of summer flowering magnolia. So that's an unusual tree. Those are Hinoki cypress and our Chinese juniper, the blowers, air layering going on. But I'm going to take you to another very special maple, because at this time of the year, in the middle of summer, you can appreciate the color. Later on in the summer, the leaves can get a bit burnt, so they're not as pretty. So let me walk there. I hope you don't mind I'm not appearing in the video. I don't like to show my beautiful face, but here we are. Look at this one. This is called Nishiki Gasane. This is a very rare maple, absolutely rare. Look at the coloring of the leaves. It's golden green, and I'm air layering it in several places, and hopefully I will have more plants of this tree. These trees have got massive trunks, absolutely massive trunks, and I hope I will make a bonsai from them when we have air laid enough. So I will have a look later on to see if they have rooted. And while I'm near this beautiful maple, again, look at that, that's got almost completely yellow leaves. Let me swing round and show you another beauty, absolutely beautiful. I'm sure many of you will not know what this plant is. Look at the berries. It's not a holly, in case you think it's a holly, but there are still a few flowers left on this plant. And if I show you the flowers, you can recognize now that it's a type of honeysuckle. So this is Japanese honeysuckle. And after they flower, they have these beautiful, beautiful berries. Look at them, absolutely divine. So beautiful. And this is a huge plant. I haven't the heart to cut it down to make a bonsai because it's got a beautiful trunk below, twisted trunk. I may air layer the plant in several places, but I grew it for the scented flowers. I've never seen something so beautiful. And of course, again this year, they have a lot of berries. I've never seen it covered in berries so much. Some of our other plants that we grow, these are a type of almond blossom. I try all sorts of different plants, and this is a Orido Nishiki, pink, cream and green maple, and these are Deishojos grown as ordinary trees from small, so we're not going to bonsai those. While I walked through the corridor, I might just show you some of the other maples. That is Sangokaku, the red stem maple. That maple, by the way, doesn't turn red in the autumn. It stays that golden color. These are ordinary ginkgo plants which I will air layer. And now I'm just going to walk to another area where I want to show you something else. I don't want to miss that. I'm going to show you some other plants which are very, very attractive. I think there is another Japanese honeysuckle here. Again, you can see the beautiful berries that are on this tree. But this was in fact a bonsai that I got from Japan years ago. And that was the original trunk. Look at that, beautiful trunk. That is the original trunk of that Japanese honeysuckle. Unfortunately, that original trunk died. Look at it, riddled with woodworm. Absolutely exquisite. But I'm trying to develop another tree from the sucker, and that is already getting that character. You can see the character of that plant. So they take long to make. As I've always reminded people, bonsai, although I can make a small bonsai in 3 minutes, some things take years and years to perfect. Now this was a project I did only, I think, a month ago, where I cut everything back. This is the Asa Nigundo. This is not a Japanese maple. Asa Nigundo with this beautiful trunk. I cut it hard back, and look at these stems, already 60 centimeter long in just a month. And I'm going to start wiring it to make it into a bonsai. So this has responded very well. I always feel guilty that I can't show you everything. And while I'm here, this is another rare plant. This is a beech tree, believe it or not, with these very fine leaves. And because it's so rare, I really should be air layering this plant to propagate it. So I hope you've enjoyed this little walk. And if you listen carefully, the birds are starting to have their evening chorus. The birds are calling each other. I usually like to leave this maple area a bit wild because it looks very natural. I don't like to over manicure the things. This is not a good excuse for letting the weeds grow, but the plants are quite happy, the weeds are quite happy. I control the weeds as much as I can. I'm trying to record the sound of the bird song, but there you go, the planes are interfering. I think the wind is putting the birds off singing. Earlier this evening we saw 3 deer running across our nursery. I don't know whether I can catch a glimpse of them. I think I've shown that before. I can only hear the rustling of the leaves and the wind blowing. So on that note, I couldn't think of a better way to end than to show you these contented koi fish swimming lazily in the water. And I will turn to catch a few glimpses of these lilies which I have just spotted, which they are strangely enough in bloom. And of course my favorite flower, which is the Japanese iris. Come to take a close view of them. The irises last for about 10 days, and if we are lucky, about 2 weeks. So on that note, I hope you've enjoyed this little bout or episode. Nice quiet evening. So that's another one for today.